Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy Elizabeth and I just get on here and share with you my embroidery journey and running a small business from my home. Today I just want to get on here and talk to you guys about pictures, how I take my pictures, how I use props and how I fold certain things, like the whole thing, lighting, what else am I going to cover? I'll even go into some of the editing that I do because I just feel like maybe it's just me, but pictures are, I love taking pictures for one. I absolutely have always been intrigued by photography, but like I'm by no means a photographer. But I've always been intrigued by pictures, so I enjoy taking pictures. But one of the hardest struggles I have found with this business is capturing your products and them actually looking as good in pictures as they do in person. They always look better in person, in my opinion. But anyways, I wanted to share with you guys some of the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, some of the ways that I push things out of the way and just kind of get a little space and try to capture the picture in the best way possible, in the best lighting possible. And I do this all with my cell phone. So no matter what brand, I use iPhone, but even if you have an Android, you could definitely do this. And in my opinion, don't tell anyone, I kind of think that Android pictures kind of trump iPhone pictures sometimes. The newer models. Anyways, I do have the 16 Pro Max, and I have noticed a big improvement in quality of pictures, but I was doing it, y'all, with this old iPhone, and I have another one that is charging up right now, but I will show you how, because I can't use my 16 Pro because it's recording right now. Before I get into some of the picture taking, let me, just because of where I've got you, let me talk to you guys real quick about some lighting options. The best possible lighting that you're going to want and that you're going to get is natural light. My home is just not conducive to natural light. I've got one window in this entire room, and it is a double door window, but the sun just, the way it faces, I don't get a ton of natural light in this room. So I'm stuck with all of these different kinds of lights. I did just purchase a new ring light, and I'll talk to you guys about that. But this one's not even plugged in, so it'll probably be easier for you to see it not shining the camera. This one just died on me. I just had to buy a new ring light. This one I got off of Temu, and it's pretty wobbly, it's pretty cheap. This is what I've been recording on, guys. But it just died on me. What died is, I hate these things. Why can't we have real plugs? So I'll show you guys how I take my pictures, but for a long time I would use this on the table to record, and then I would also like pull it over, and so it's plugged into wherever it's plugged into. And I think just because I was pulling it over to record over here, and I was pulling it over to take pictures, this just had a lot of movement. So you can see it broke on me. So this one's okay for a cheap model. Obviously, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen the video I've taken, you've seen the pictures I've taken, and it's all been done with this ring light for the most part. This ring light, and then if I need extra lighting, and this one too is, it don't stay up no more. But this is just one of those clamp on the table lights. Same thing, because it gets moved a lot, it's getting a little, I think some of the screws have come loose or whatever. I do have a second one of these that sits behind my sewing machine that doesn't get moved as much, and it's in perfect condition. So take it for what it's worth. I think these were both Temu purchases, but I do like this one for extra lighting, and just when I'm working, it's really great to have that extra light. So yes, the other thing lighting wise, so what I've done now, because I realized the flaw in this, having it be stationary for recording, but then also trying to use it, like, I wouldn't even like necessarily put this in. I would just like hold it, whatever I was taking, and I'd be snapping my pictures. Anyway, so it moved around a lot, and you can see it's like wobbly. I wasn't crazy about the bottom. It's fallen over on me quite a few times, but you know what? I made it work, and it served its purpose well. This one, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. So it might get a little darker in here. Just so I can show you and it's not shining like crazy. This one I just purchased. I think I've only used it one time so far. But you can see, like, it's built better. I bought this one from Amazon, and I will put the link to this one in my description below. But even the base, it's like, it has like a heavier base. This one obviously is wider, and I was worried, because this one's toppled over on me. I was worried a little bit that this one might topple on me, but so far it doesn't. But you just twist it to go smaller. But I do like this part. So even if you're taking pictures, like if you have a shakier hand and you're not very great, hopefully you can see this, I'll bring it up. You could put your product down, right? And you could use one of these. And you could point your light down, tighten it up, put it in here, put your phone in here, have your product laid out where you want it, set your timer, and take the picture that way. That would be a tip if you have a little bit of a shakier time and you just want to get like, you want to like make sure everything's perfect and station it all where you want it. This might be a good option for you. But these ring lights really are more for my recording, not so much for my picture taking. But I was using them because, you know, I'm just going to use what I've got on hand. And it's a nice big ring, so it gives like nice lighting all the way around, so you're not getting weird shadows. But I still use this other like stick light. I don't know what that one is. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys this. Here, let me turn this back on. I wanted to show you guys this. So this I just purchased, realizing that this one broke because of the constant moving for taking my pictures and stuff. So I'm going to show you in a minute how I use this one. But I just bought this one also off Amazon. And it's a ring light, and it has, no, not that button. It has the different settings for different lighting, which is important when you're trying to get those colors just right, right? Let me turn it down so it's not so bright. It's not going to work on this one, is it? I don't think I have, nope. I don't have a MagSafe case on this phone, but I'll show you in a minute. I'll have to go grab them. But this did come with magnets that you could put on your phone case, so it will stick. But the idea of this one is it sticks onto your phone, onto your MagSafe charger. I don't know about Android, but they have a lot of clip-on lights that are similar that clip onto your phone. So I wanted to try this because I thought, you know what, this is more, I can move this around with me. I can take this when I'm over here taking pictures, I'm over here taking pictures, or I'm over here taking pictures. I can take this. There's no cords that I have to deal with. I'm not limited on how far away from the plug I can go. So this is a really great option. And I just like that it has all the different light settings. It does go up and down, so you can have it like that on your phone. It's really for like selfies, but I always use this camera, so I don't use the front camera as much. That's the other thing too. Not that when you're taking pictures of product, would you ever be using the front camera, but the back camera on your phone is always gonna be better than the front camera on your phone. So anyways, I like this little thing. I did notice though, the magnet, even on my other phone, is not strong enough to move it in and out while it's on there. It's kind of hard to move in and out, so that's fine. You just take it off, move it where you need it, and then stick it back on. It can also just go on just like a puck like that. So that's a great option for lighting. So your best option, your best bet is always going to be natural light. So sometimes I've even, like, if I just can't get the lighting right on something, or I can't get the color right on something, I've brought stuff outside before and taken pictures outside before. You just kind of make sure nothing gets dirty, make sure you have a nice clean place to do that. But I've done that, or you could stick it by a window if you don't want to buy all these fancy lights. But they're not really that expensive. I'm trying to think. This one might have been $15, maybe $20, and then the ring light I bought was maybe $35 for this better one that I bought. And quite honestly, the Temu one was probably in the $30 range too. So, So yeah, they're not terribly expensive, but to have that natural light is going to make taking your pictures, or having more light is going to make taking your pictures a lot easier, a lot less editing needed, because a lot of times I would have to go in and brighten up shadows and brighten up darkness, and then sometimes the colors just get whack and it looks over edited. So lighting is a super important thing. Let me pull you guys around and show you some actual product and how I'm going to take pictures of it today. I have some things that are ready to go out, and I will show you how I use just my table and my phone and some lighting to take these pictures today. Okay, so this looks good. It's too close to my light over here, but usually my table's not this clean either. I cleaned it for y'all. Usually there's stuff piled up everywhere, so I'm just like moving stuff out of the way, making sure it's not going to be in my picture, picking it up, putting it on a chair, and then taking the picture, and then it all piles back on. Okay, so it's important that your lighting is important. How you stage your stuff, how you lay it out, making sure you fold it nice, making sure everything's, you know, not got a bunch of wrinkles in it. And I don't know, it might seem like it's too much, but I have gotten so many compliments on my pictures, and I know that I've gotten a lot of business because of the quality of my pictures. My business is completely self-promoted, completely word of mouth, completely pretty much Facebook. My Instagram is like linked to my Facebook, but y'all, I never even open up Instagram. So if you're better off, I'm just better off with Facebook. So yeah, so it's all, but Facebook is pictures. I mean, it's all based on the pictures that I take. And even in the beginning, even now, if I am absolutely swamped, like right now I'm pretty swamped. I have a lot going on. I actually probably don't even have time to be recording this today, but I am, because it's important to me too, to be able to get a video out to you each week, or at least I try. But I'm like super swamped right now, and it's just out of nowhere. Like, yes, before school started, I was swamped with backpacks and lunch boxes, and like that was normal, and I expected that. But it seems like once the kids go back to school, everybody just goes back to needing their stuff done. I don't know. I've been so busy that I'm at the point where I'm not posting on my Facebook. I'm not posting on my business page, because I know that every time I post a picture on there, I will get orders, and that's a good thing, and that's what we want. So that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. How do you take pictures so that when you post a picture on your business page, you're going to get those orders too? And it may not always be an order of exactly what I posted, but it just seems that when I post a fresh post, a fresh picture, I get those orders. Someone contacts me and wants something done. So right now, people are not, they're contacting me up the wazoo, and I haven't posted anything in probably a few weeks. So I'm busy. But anyways, the other thing I want to talk to y'all about, and I mentioned it in a previous video, is watermarks. So I had a sweatshirt that I did early days, probably 2021, maybe 2022. And it was around, it was like in the fall, and I had a nice picture of it. It had like a nice depth of field, and if you don't know what a depth of field is with pictures, what that basically means is that one point of the picture was in focus and then it kind of blurred out a little bit. You can do that in the portrait setting on your phone. But that one was done probably with this phone, actually. This does have a portrait setting. So yeah, I like to take portrait settings. Sometimes it tends to like draw people in. So if I have like that embroidery in focus and then kind of blur out. Anyways, but I didn't have a business card in it. I didn't put a watermark on it. So one of those lovely spammy digitizers stole my picture, not even from me, because I bought the design from Etsy. They stole the picture from Etsy, from my review, because I reviewed it, said it was a great stitch out, whatever. And then very often I have seen it posted, reposted in some of the Facebook groups saying that, oh, I just stitched this out last night, contact me for digitizing whatever, or for the design. Ooh, it irks me so much, because that's my picture. Not only are you stealing from me and my work, but also the Etsy seller who actually did design and made that design. So you're not just stealing from me. I was giving credit where credit was due. I put the review on Etsy and said that this was a great stitch out, and I recognized her for her work, or him. But anyways, so I learned the hard way. You gotta make sure you label your stuff. And that's not saying that someone's not gonna crop it out or try to steal it, but it just makes it a lot less enticing for them to take your pictures and use them and pass them off as their work. So, also, if they're using your pictures and they're not able to produce the quality of work that you're producing, that looks bad on you when you post your same picture and then they're like, oh, well, I ordered that and it was awful. No, you didn't order it from the right person. Hello. So, so a couple of things. Business cards. If you guys have business cards, this is what I commonly do. I like these square business cards. These are what I was kind of using to like tag items. I do have a traditional business mark. Either way works. I like to stick them. If I was doing like just a single shirt, I kind of like to stick it, kind of cover that tag area. And I don't mind if people ask me what brand I use, but it just kind of like takes a focus off of what the brand is. It's a Gildan brand or it's a Comfort Color, whatever. It takes a focus off of what the brand is and like puts a focus back on my business and my embroidery and what, you know, what you could get for using me as your embroiderer. So anyways, I like to just kind of tuck it right there. So business cards work great. I have, this one is my favorite business card, but I messed up on it. I accidentally had a typo on these. Had the wrong phone number, so I had to like black it out on all of these. And I still used most of them. I have a few laying around. I like these ones for pictures because they're matted, so they have a nice matte to them, so they're not like shiny when you have all these lights shining on them. So I like those. This is one of my newer ones that I'm currently using. Same kind of design, shiny. I'm right at the point where I need new business cards. Anyways, I'm down to like 5 business cards. So these are old ones. So anyway, so I would stick it somewhere and take my picture. The other thing you can do is I think there's like apps that you can use to put a watermark on your picture. I am not that techie and I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to technology, but I've been using Canva for a lot of things for my business, and I think I do have the Canva Pro or whatever, but like I literally inherited it from my husband. I don't really know much about it. I just know that I can get on there and use it, so I do. So, but I have my logo, and I've kind of changed it. This is kind of like a cursive-y writing. I kind of made it a lot cleaner. So I will interject a picture that I've done using that Canva watermark. I don't even know how to technically make it like a logo that I can reuse. I just have to keep remembering what fonts I used and retyping it. So I just put my picture in Canva and then type it out with those fonts that I like to use, and then resave it down to my phone and then post whatever picture that is with that watermark. Okay, but this is my new watermark, the new one that I'm probably going to almost exclusively use unless I forget, then I'll probably use the Canva version. This is my new logo, by the way. So it's just a simple, clean font with the cursive on the bottom. I'm actually taking out the sewing machine off, the picture of the sewing machine off of my logo, because a lot of people think that I'm a tailor. When I say I sew, it's more like I want to sew fun things. I don't want to fix your prom dress and your homecoming dress, and I don't like doing that. I do it, and I'm a youth pastor's wife, so of course I'm going to do it for all my girls in the youth group, and of course I'm going to do it for their friends, and so I do it, and I charge per hour, and I've come a long way in learning what I'm worth and learning how to properly charge, because I literally dread it. So if I charge properly, then I'm not getting so many people asking me to do it, if that makes sense. It's people who actually value my work and are willing to pay me for what I'm worth. So anyways, I'm learning, y'all. And I hesitate to talk about how I price things, because I know that everyone's going to price things differently, and you're just going to get different opinions on how to price things. So I hesitate, but I think I am going to in the future do a video on pricing and how I do it. So look forward to that. But anyways, Well, let me talk to y'all about this wooden watermark. I have been seeing other embroiderers using these and I absolutely love them. And I wasn't sure that my logo was even like fancy enough for one of these. It's literally just 2 fonts and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna look. You guys, I love it. My girl Lee helped me out with this. I am so grateful for her and her work and I absolutely love how it came out. And so anyways, I will put her link in the description below. She's personally for you. Such a cute name. I wish I was like, my name is Joy. There is so much lost opportunity there. I could have come up with so many clever embroidery names. But I just used my first and middle name because, you know, first and middle name, that's like the Southern thing to do. But yeah, it's pretty boring. So I love her. I love her business name. So anyways, I will put her link in the description below if you guys want one of these watermarks or wood marks. Is it a wood mark? Wooden watermark. But I absolutely love this. I've been using it and I love how it looks in my pictures. The one that she has on her website is a 5-inch one. So I think it's about this size. She did send me a bigger one and I just have it taped up. And I will show you guys that in a minute. And I'm just going to leave it there because it's perfect for when I hang things on my wall. So anyways, so I will just place this somewhere. Kind of like it off to the side there maybe. And actually these ones, because he is reselling these in our town, I probably won't post these ones to my page because it's not competition. Did my phone die? Y'all, that phone did die. Why? It's just not charging. It's not charging. Okay, well, we'll just use this one. It's fine. Okay. So, I would just, I don't know if I can even see me, but I just snapped my picture. I can interject. I'll interject the pictures probably. But when you stage them properly, they just look so great. Okay, so that's this one. I am going to tuck these aside and then get the next order out and show you how I would use some different props and different ways to do it. So this is all the next order. She brought me 2 pouches, a blanket, and a sweatshirt. These are very common things that I embroider, and I'm sure that some of you may be also embroidering. So let's just start with I probably will take one picture of all of the items together, but for the sake of my business, I just want to take a picture of each individual thing, okay? So then I'm going to stick my little wood mark, and then I wish this one would be charging, but it's not. That's all right. Now, I could come in closer, do the portrait setting. You want to make sure your watermark's in there. Now, and I think, personally, if your watermark is a little bit blurry and your embroidery is the thing that's in focus, I think that's okay. Because really, your watermark just needs to be recognizable, that they knew that you made it, right? So anyways, I can show you guys that. All right, the next thing, I commonly do sweatshirts. The way that I kind of like to fold my sweatshirts, and sometimes I've had like a pair of old jeans that I like throw behind them just to kind of give some visual interest, and you just kind of like stage it like you're putting an outfit together. Well, I'm not really that fancy. You see, I wear like t-shirts and sweatshirts. I'm not super fancy, so putting outfits together is probably not my forte. But what I like to do is I fold the sides in and I leave the arms long like that. Pick off all the little strings and bits of stabilizer that are around. Okay, now let me think here. Do we want to do a half fold or do we want to do a three play? Okay, so that would be 3. That would be the half. I think we're going to do the half fold because I've got my sleeves out. And the other thing you could do too is you could have sleeves in, because this is just a single thing, and you could do it like that, and then take your picture this way with your lighting shining this way. That would be cute too if you had like a nice background behind you, which I would probably use my brick wall that I've got in my room. I'm sure you guys have seen. But if I'm just doing it flat on the table, I like to do it this way. I like to fold two of the sleeves. One goes up, one goes down. This could even be like old school way to crop your pictures. I don't know. This is the way I've seen them kind of being done, and this is the way I kind of do them. And I like it. Okay, again, I'm going to use my watermark up here. Kind of like it right there. And then also think about where are you posting this. Are you posting this to Instagram where people are mostly holding their phone this way and scrolling, well, scrolling this way, or, you know, I think most people viewing on their phone are going to be holding it this way. So a lot of the landscape pictures are probably going to do you good. I do typically take them both ways. Okay, and this is usually, so this is a great example. This is just my light that's in the picture. I'm going to push it way over to the edge. Usually it's piles of work and other things. Today, like I said, I cleaned my table for you. Okay, much better. I will throw a screenshot of that. Even unedited, I like. Yes, okay. Then we're going to do a landscape one. The next one is the blanket, and this one was fun to do. I should have almost videoed this one because it's very textured. It's not like a smooth blanket. So let me just explain to you what I did. I still used a tearaway stabilizer. My tearaway stabilizer is not a heavyweight, it's more of a medium weight, and I would even dare to say it's like a lightweight. It just seems very light. So I folded 2 pieces of tearaway stabilizer in the back. And then I actually, because I was really nervous about all these bumps and I wanted the embroidery to be nice and clear, I went ahead and used 3 layers of water soluble on top. Maybe 1 would have been fine, but you know what? Sometimes when in doubt, I've been this year, I guess, being more brave about just using more stabilizer. Like I used to be very frugal with my stabilizer. I mean, I still am. I still use scraps and stuff, but I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it to not use enough stabilizer. It's okay to use more stabilizer, you know? All right. So just folding it like, ooh, I like that. So I folded it kind of long and then off to like a crooked, I don't know how to say that. Anyways, I like that. So this is an option. Whoops. All right, fix my lighting. I wish this light would stay put. And then we'll pull this one over again. Again, it's not necessary to have all these lights, but you know, the more lighting you can get, the better. Okay, so this one will be good for a, yeah, this is going to be in the way, for a portrait one. Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay. So especially when you're doing portrait, do that thing where you click on the screen, and that is going to be what it focuses on. Okay, especially when you're doing a portrait. Make sure it move further away, it says. The newer phone allows me to go in closer, I think, a little bit. You just kind of have to trick it sometimes. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, I like that. You still see my lamp in the background, but we're gonna be okay with that today. The other thing I wanted to show you is using props. So I got this basket. This basket actually, guys. Oh, I forgot to put my wood mark in there. Oh well, I'll do it in this one. This basket was actually one that I bought to take pictures of my newborn baby boy when he was a baby. I put him, he was still little, put the blankets in here and put his little body all swaddled up in this basket. So it's literally, it's always been a photo prop. This is a photo prop. I'm not very good at decorating, so it doesn't decorate much. It sits on a shelf usually up here. But I pull it out every once in a while for especially with like baby items. It's kind of nice to prop things in, and I was thinking that this would work really nice for this blanket. Ooh, yes. Let's see. Maybe what if we like almost like rolled it? You just got to try different things. Kind of like that. We need more lighting this way. All right, and then. I want my watermark in here, but this is such a light embroidery with a light color. I don't want to take away from the embroidery, but I do need my name to be in there. Got shadows over here. That's probably going to be still in there. No, okay. I can crop that out, but this is. We're just going to move it over there. So this is, I guess, would be called framing, making sure that what is in the picture is what we want to be in the picture and nothing more. All right. Here we go. Make sure your lighting looks good. Okay. Oh, yeah, I like that one. Very cute. And it just kind of like warmed it up a little bit. The other thing though is it's like the basket is brown on brown. The other thing I would do is put it on my brick wall. So let me turn you guys that way and show you guys how I kind of utilize this brick wall in my house. And maybe you don't have a brick wall, but just kind of like be thinking about what you do have available to you and where you could prop your stuff and to take pictures. So let's turn you that way. All right, I left the mess here so you could see this is literally what I'm doing. I'm moving stuff out of the way all the time to take pictures because, you know, I work in this space. This is not just a photo studio. This is my workspace. So constantly moving stuff around. Okay, so same basket. This is kind of like my brick wall. This is like a big old, I think what this room used to be is probably the old garage or carport. And so this would have been like, if I had to guess, the doors. And they just, instead of putting a wall, they put a fireplace. Make it make sense. I don't know. But anyways, I think that's why my fireplace is so gigantic. And it is what it is. Okay. So then I pull this light over again. See how often and how much I move that arm light that's on my table, which is probably why it doesn't like to stay. A lot of times I'm pointing it at the wall to whatever's hanging there. So anyways, let me just leave the ring light over there because like I said, that's what this is supposed to be for, right? So let's turn it up all the way. Okay, so I did go ahead and move the arm light to give me more lighting here, but I'm going to try to do it with just this light. So yeah, so I just put it down here. But if you have like, maybe you have like a nice wood floor. Okay, so, ooh, yes. I'm going to come down. Very cute. Okay. I will pop that picture in the screen so you guys can see how that turned out. Very cute. So again, I like that better when I use the basket because the wall is whitewashed brick. So it kind of like, you can see the basket more and it just kind of like blends in with my table. So that would be using props. The other prop that I like to use over here, I got this piece of wood here, and sometimes I'll just stick it right here, and then I will take hats. Oops. These are 3 different local hats, counties. So I probably wouldn't be doing all of these together, but for the picture we are. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I left you up there because I'm going to talk about it there in a minute. So I was like, let's just have a big wide view of everything. Okay. So, oh, you know what we forgot? My wood mark. I'm going to stick it right there on the bottom. Perfect. I don't know. Anyways, those are 3 different styles of hats too. So I'm like, I'm not loving how this black one is looking next to those. But for the sake of giving you guys the example, there, that's kind of like another prop that I like to use. Something I already had on hand. Oh, this is great for a photo prop. So you just kind of have to figure out like what do you have on hand that you might want to use to bring more depth and dimension and to just like showcase your pictures. Okay, so the other thing that I do often is I do a lot of t-shirts and sweatshirts, and you saw how I folded my sweatshirts. The other thing I'm going to talk about real quick, you guys have probably seen this little lady. So I have a mannequin, and I didn't buy it for taking pictures because, you know, they're kind of pricey. I think they're like 50 bucks for like a cheap one. I actually bought it for the tailoring that I do for all these fancy dresses. I needed something that I could put the dress on to help me hem it, like to see the drape and blah, blah, blah. So it was actually, I actually was using it as a real true mannequin. But I love having it because I love being able to showcase my work on it. This is that fun sewing that I was talking about, okay? I took a gilded shirt, changed the neckline, and added these sleeves. By request of a client wanted something like this. I said I could do it. But this is my, like, pocket listing. I'm not going to be posting this on Facebook because, to be completely honest, it took 3 hours just to sew it, just to transform it before I even embroidered it. And I can only charge like $75 at most for it. And I was asking, like, to just try to get like a price range on this. I said, you know, I just asked my friend before I tell you anything about it, what would you pay for this? And I asked multiple people, and they all said like $45. I'm like, God, Lord mercy, I cannot do it for $45. So I did charge a client $70, but if I were to post it on Facebook and try to sell them, they would be at least $75, if not $80. But even like these ones, okay, I was going to show you this too. So this is like my pretty mannequin, and it has the pretty legs and everything. But you get what you get, what you can get. And this one, this one somebody offered to me for free recently, and it's just got like it's like the flat back. So I wouldn't be like using this as a mannequin to sew and to tailor clothes on. But it's great product, and it's kind of got an ugly base to it, but you know what? It's like a PVC pipe. But it looks like a DIY base or something. But that's fine. Like, I love having it. And honestly, the 2 mannequins are different shapes. This one's a little bit wider. This one's like a size 4 maybe. It's usually like itty bitty. So I do like having both. But anyways, what I want to say about this one, this sweatshirt, I'm trying to talk about prices a little bit, so don't judge me, y'all. Okay, this one I was charging $65 for the front and the side bows. I was charging $65 last season, last year, and I was getting so many orders, it was like hard to keep up sometimes, and I thought that was like a fair price. And honestly, here's how I know if it's a fair price. If I'm getting orders and I'm excited that, oh, good, I got another one. Oh, great, I've got another one. This is awesome. Wow, I've got, 6 orders. I've got to get busy, but I'm still excited about it because I know, it's worth it to me. I'm making money. That's awesome. So that's worth it to me. If I were to be getting as many orders for this shirt as I did for this, and I know the people in this town, I know if I posted this, I would be getting so many orders. But if they take me 3 hours each to sew, just to sew, that's not like multitasking. Like these now, I was doing that with 1 machine. Can you imagine this year? Whew, I can't wait. 2 machines, I'm going to be pounding stuff like this out. And I can multitask while one stitching. I can be getting the next one ready, hooping the next one. I can like utilize my time so much more when it's embroidery. When it's 3 hours of sewing, there's no doubling up. There's no like multitasking. It's just sewing. So anyways, when you're pricing something, and that's kind of like this is my pocket listing. I will make these for my clients if word of mouth gets out and someone says, oh, so-and-so made this for me, and then that person gets to me and says, hey, can you make this shirt like that person? Yes, I will, and this is my price on it, and that's that. But I'm not gonna push this one, if that makes sense. But anyways, was digressing. I was not meaning to talk about these shirts. But these are different ways that you could take pictures of your products. So you could get yourself a mannequin, and this one is probably like, that one is more like you could buy them at Hobby Lobby. I think I got that one off Amazon. This one, you probably could, and this looks DIY'd. I'll just show you the back because the front is kind of awkward. Like, she needs to have clothes on. Let's just say that. Okay. This looks like it was one of those, well, it has the hole. It says, the Portable Mannequin, Mandy 3. I don't know what it means. But anyways, this kind of looks DIY. The stand looks DIY to me, or maybe it used to have a stand and it broke and someone made this up. I don't know, but you can buy those hanger ones, and then maybe you could put some kind of a pole in it if you wanted to do that, or you wanted to hang it on something. But to have that form, and so you can people can kind of visualize what it looks on the body, I think that helps your sales a little bit too. So anyways, so you might be able to source a kind of, if you're just doing it for taking pictures. I was not just doing it for taking pictures. I was getting a mannequin because I needed it for my tailoring, my sewing, my formal gown dresses that I was working on for people. I wanted something that I could help me pin things and whatever. But if I wasn't doing that, I probably would go more with this flat back, the cheaper like hanger type styles. And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I only have 2 female version mannequins, and I always thought that I'd love to have them more male. Most of my work is for females, but maybe if I had a male mannequin, I could promote more to more men. I don't know. Anyways, I do hats for men. That's what I was doing. Okay, so what I would probably do with this is I probably would stick it up here. And I sometimes I like my threads in the background. I'm probably going to see, this is my big wood sign. It's larger than the 5-inch one. I love it. I've stuck it right there, and it's so perfect because then I don't have to like remember that I need it. It's just always there, and I can make sure it's in the picture, right? All right, so like this would be stuck on here if I had the MagSafe. I don't, so I'm just holding it. That's why I'm holding it. But anyways, this is a lot easier to just hold, though, than the big ring light used to be. So, yes, I like this. So, that's one way that you could do it. I could do it more this way, too. You know what I kind of like about this mannequin now that I'm noticing? The bottom white kind of blends in with the wall, so again, you're more focused on the garment. Of course, you can see it up top, but if I put it on the floor and took the same picture, it would be the same. It would probably blend in. But anyway, so that's one way. This is another way, just a hanger, okay? All right, so this is one of my very popular cheer shirts, and usually I do it on a Gildan. She specifically wanted comfort color. Why I like Gildan better is I just personally think it embroiders better. You don't have to worry about that shrinking and the puckering. She specifically asked for comfort colors. That's fine. I did go ahead and pre-wash my comfort colors this time because I went ahead and bought a bunch for myself as well, just to have some more t-shirts and to just practice embroidering on. So I went ahead and pre-washed and dried them. No soap or anything. I just put all the comfort colors together in my washing machine. ran a quick cycle, and then threw them in the dryer. I don't even know if that properly shrunk them or not, but I was like, you know what, we're going to try this because I'm about done with all this shrinking and puckering and stuff. Also, it's not about pictures, but let me just talk about copper color for a second. I also, and I did use a cloud cover, so you can't really see, but I used a medium weight cutaway stabilizer. I did not use the no-show mesh like sometimes I like to use on t-shirts, because I was like, I'm not going to deal with this shirt gonna not look that great later, okay? But I did because it's comfort color. Why do people like comfort color? They like them because of the softness. So that's why I went ahead, even though it's an adult shirt, and I put the cloud cover on the inside because it just helps it all still feel soft, even though, because, okay, the glitter, I've been getting a lot of questions on this too, and I have older videos that I kind of thought that I like already talked about it. That's another video I'll be making in the future. The glitter is a heat transfer vinyl. You want to use the glitter heat transfer vinyl. But because that, it's like stiffer. That's what I was looking for. So, anyways, how would I photograph this? I'm gonna try to make it so the sleeve stays, and I'm not opposed to even pinning that or taping that so that I'm sure that it will stay. But right now we're just gonna try to see if we can get it to stay. Stay. Okay. All right. So, and then with this, I just make sure my watermark is showing on top. I got my light. Boom. So that's one way. The other way, and I'm going to just do it down here on the ground. Sorry if this is like a longer video. I feel like all my videos are long. I'm always like, it's going to be quick. And it never, ever is. Because I want to go into detail. And even some of my longer detailed videos that I think like they were like so long, I still get people commenting, wishing that I had covered something else or wishing that I explained something else better. And I'm like, goodness gracious, those videos would be so long if I did everything. So we're gonna fold this. Ooh, my brick is not nearly as clean as my table was, so we got more threads and stabilizer. All right. So I fold it with the sleeve embroidery. I fold it for normal on one end, and then I leave the other end out. And then I just kind of drape it on the side. And then, where's my watermark? Wood mark. Right there. Oh, I kind of like this on the brick, to be honest, anyways. Alright, then I get my light. And I will post pictures I will interject these pictures. And when I interject these pictures, don't judge me. A little bit of the glitter is poking out on one side of one of those E's. I know about it. Okay, don't judge me. I'm well aware, but I'm not too worried about it. Take it for what it's worth. Okay, great. This one's actually needs to go. It's for a teacher at school, and it needs to go like yesterday, but I held on to it because I was like, oh, that'll be good for this video. All right, so that one needs to go to school. What else can I talk about? Oh, I will interject a picture of it because I tried to hold on to it for this video, but like I said, my ring light died. So I had to wait to order a new one of those, and then I got like super swamped. Like when I say swamped, all of those striped shirts that I showed you, I had all of those, and I'm partnering basically with him. He's a friend of ours, but he is selling those shirts. So he's paying me to embroider them, and I'm not losing out. I'm charging him what I would charge anybody, which is why I said I probably won't post this to Facebook because he's local and he's selling them. So we are partnering together. So as long as he's making good sales, I'm making good money because he's going to come to me and have them embroidered. So we are partnering. I don't have to worry about marketing those because he's going to market them. So anyways, so I had all of those, but like literally I made one. I love him. I made one gator shirt for him. He posted a picture of that, and then he was talking about the bear shirt and the raider shirt and like all these other shirts that I hadn't even shown him designs for yet. Lord. And he was already selling them. He was like, oh, I just, my husband was checking his Facebook, and he's like, he just got like 18 sales. I was like, well, that's good. That means I have like 18 shirts coming in. Oh, bless his heart. Anyways, so it's a good partnership. It's good money. It's coming in. So that, and then at the very same time, I had an EMS order come in, and I had a bunch of shirts for a gentleman, and that one was a very stressful order because it actually got confused, and he asked for one thing and then changed his mind midway. Just one of those clients that I'm like, so stressed out. So it was like a bit of a stressful week. So that's why this video is a little later in the week, because it just took me a minute to get to it. All that to say, I made the cutest newborn sash ever, and I was so excited that this person asked me, because usually I've done newborn sashes, but like I said, I take a lot of products that people bring me, so usually people are just bringing me a sash, and usually it's white or pink. I don't think I've done a blue one yet, but solid, and I know where they got them. They got them from Amazon, super cheap. This girl posted, she sent me a picture of one that she liked on Etsy and asked if I could make it, so I had to go source the fabric. It's that like French country fabric in the pink. So cute, and I was so excited. But here's the thing. I've done these sashes in the past, and I've posted pictures of them, but they're just kind of boring. And so no one's ever asked me to sell them since. Okay, I'll interject the boring picture. Oop, there it is, boring. No one really even knew what that was. That one actually was wreath sashes, but no one knew what it was, didn't get any orders for it, you know, whatever. The next one I posted right here, pink, very cute. I tied it in a bow on the top and then kind of like pulled the bow down so it looked like the tails were coming out of it, like, because it's very long. They're like 72 inches long. So it was kind of like a lot of finagling to get that picture to look just right as a bow. But then it just really still looks like a bow. Most women knew what it was, but I guess it looks like a bow. So anyways, that's where this little pillow comes in, talking about props again, using what you have. This is literally, if you were to open this up, it's a Stitch, a Lilo and Stitch pillow I stole off my daughter's bed. And then I had some canvas. This is like a paint canvas drop cloth. Had some scrap of that. Folded it around, pinned it on, and then I tied the bow around this as if this was the little baby. It makes so much more sense. Here's the picture. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? Makes so much more sense on the pillow, doesn't it? And I use the basket too, so I'm like using double props. So I hope that helps y'all today, just to kind of see like a picture into my world and like how I take pictures of product, because like in one of my business videos, if you watch that one, you know that I talked about how do I promote myself. I promote myself through pictures. So even if you're not a photographer, which I mean, yes, I have a love for photography. I have an interest in photography, but I am by no means a photographer. None. So, and I'm using my phone. And all the pictures that I'm posting in this video today that I used today are because my 12 didn't work. So I'm doing it on this 11, okay? It's just an 11 iPhone, nothing fancy, just the 2 cameras. But I hope that this helps encourage you and is more relatable to you. Okay, well before I dress my little guy, let me talk about this. If you have any sewing knowledge, I made this from scratch. This is a fun sewing. This is what I'm talking about. I love fun sewing. Okay, so he's a little crooked and he's a little wonky, I know. But what I did was I took a onesie, I think it was a onesie or it was like a bodysuit, okay, and then I laid it down on, I think this is like an old laundry liner for a laundry basket that was broken and I wasn't using anymore. Put the outfit on it and traced around in the shape. And then I sewed it, and then where the arms were, I just kind of put like a circle, sewed that, and then I stuffed him. I kind of tried to stuff him so he's got like a little butt, a little belly. He's a little he's a little crooked. Stuffed a dowel rod from Hobby Lobby up through the body. Put this, I think I got this wooden topper from Hobby Lobby as well. And the base may have come from Lowe's or Hobby Lobby. We just drilled this base into here. I like hot glued it so that it stays put. But I made this because I got a tutu order once and I wanted to like have it because I thought, oh, I'm going to have all these tutus I'm going to make and birthday shirts. But that's just, maybe you guys have a lot of those if you're selling on Etsy or whatever. But for whatever reason in my area, I don't sell a lot of those. But I do like having this for different things. Just sometimes, and I don't know what size he'd be. This is a 3T shirt, and it fits pretty well. It's a little big, so it's probably like a 2T or 12 month maybe, or 18 month. Might be an 18 month. All right. This tag is all wonky in there. All right. So there. So that's another way that I would be taking a picture. He's wonky. You'd have to play with him a little bit to make it look flat, but then that's a great way to see this back too, that back design. So, you like, literally that cost me almost nothing. I think it cost me $11 to make it. I think I used an old pillow to stuff it, which I got a big old box of stuffing now under my table, but that I use for like the memory bearers and stuff that I make. When I made this mannequin, this kid mannequin, I didn't have a big box. I was buying it like as I was getting orders. I wasn't buying extra. Now I just keep a box because then I have it whenever I need it. But I think I just opened up an old pillow that we weren't using anymore. That's what I used to stuff it. The fabric was an old laundry thing that I already had. So all I bought was the wood for it. And I think it cost me like 11 bucks. So there are creative ways. I just want you to know that you guys can do this. You don't have to spend a bunch of money. You don't have to buy expensive equipment. You don't have to buy an expensive camera. You guys can make do with your phone, and then just think about what you have on hand and how you can take your pictures in a creative way that is going to draw people into your product. And just don't forget to be taking those pictures and posting those pictures, because if you didn't take a picture of it, it's like it never happened. And I can't tell you how many things that I've made and forgotten about, and then like saw a picture and been like, oh, I remember that now, because I've made hundreds and hundreds of things. So just make sure you guys are taking those pictures and posting them, and I know it's going to help your business grow, and just take great pictures. So I hope that this video was helpful for you all today in just kind of a window into how I go about in my little area taking my pictures. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope that you have the best day, and I just wish you the best in your embroidery journey, and in whether you're doing it for fun or you're doing it as a business. Either way, take those pictures, because even if you're doing it for fun, you are proud of your work and you want to show it off. So I hope that this helps you guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please feel free to comment in the section below. I love to interact with y'all in the comments. And I'm so sorry if I didn't cover something that you wanted to be covered. You can always request. I don't know if I'll get to it anytime soon, but I do try. There are things that have been requested months ago that I'm going to make a video one day. So I try my best. But I love you all, and I hope you guys have the best day.